Good. So we looked at a couple of systems yesterday that makes up a marketing and sales system. But there is a very important system in business that when you don't have that system in place, you may do a lot of marketing noise, but sales will always be a challenge if you do not have a delivery system or a distribution system. In the sales ecosystem, distribution system is one of the core parts that makes up the sales ecosystem, because the sales ecosystem is made up of, number one, marketing system. Marketing system is what you do for people to know that you exist. Sales is what you do for people to give you money to pay for your service. Now, distribution system is the model, is what is the processes you have put in place to ensure that people actually get access to the value that they have paid for. And many times, people may not do sales if they are not sure of how they are going to get the value that they are buying. It's a very important piece in business that everybody must pay attention to. So the question is, whatever you're selling, do you have a system in place to guarantee how customers will get access to what you're selling? I was giving an example the other day, I think it was yesterday, where I was saying that it is very common for on Cameroon Facebook and social and Instagram, you will see somebody will create, let's say a skincare product, or somebody will create snacks or a good product, and they do flyers, they do packaging, all of that, and they are very excited to post it on Facebook. When a client now asks, how can I get the product? Before they start thinking of a distribution system. But an executive and an entrepreneur who is thinking of the complete ecosystem will start thinking, hey, before I announce that I have this product available, how will people in Bamenda get this product even though I'm in Yaoundé? You now, when you ask that question, you now sit down and design a distribution system. Your distribution system could be simple. Oh, I am in Yaoundé and I sell peanuts, I sell fried granite, for example, or you buy phones from Dubai, from Malaysia, and they come to you in Yaoundé or in Douala, and somebody asks for the phones in Bamenda. A good entrepreneur or a good executive will need to ask the question, before I go public, in other words, before I do marketing, before I design lead generation service, before I start practicing marketing and sales strategies, if somebody actually want this product in Kuseri, if somebody actually desire this product in Limbe, in Boya, how will I get this product to them? You now sit down as an executive and you start designing the system in your head and you write it down. You now say, hey, you know what? If somebody want this product in Bamenda, here's what I'm going to do. Step one, I'm going to get their address in Bamenda. Step two, I'm going to inform them that I'm going to send this product through a traveling agency. Step three, I'm going to pay a taxi or a bike from my house to Mogamo or to Vatican and send the product. Step four, I'm going to snap the receipt and send to the client. Step five, I'm going to inform the client the next morning, reminding the client that they can go to the agency and collect their product. Step six, I'll do a follow-up call 2 hours later to be sure that they actually got the product and the product is in a good state. Now, that is a distribution system. You now know that if you go public with this product, you have a distribution system of how you're going to get this product in any city across Cameroon. So distribution system answers the simple question: how are we going to get the value to the people that pay for this value? Like, for example, using WhatsApp for this program, using the Zoom training session, recording the training programs, and resharing the recorded links back into the group is our distribution system of making sure that you get access to the value that you paid for. So as an executive or an entrepreneur, never go making noise about what you are selling when you don't have a clear process in mind or written down how you will get the product delivered to that person anywhere that they order for it. And there is one thing about a distribution system is that you may have to leverage on existing system. For example, I gave an example yesterday of my books that I write and I promote and I sell. Most of my books, when you buy them in Douala, Boya, and Limbe, they are delivered into your house. Part of my distribution system, I have partnered with a local delivery startup known as Smart Express, and they are responsible for delivering the stuff that people buy from me. And that way, I always know when the people can get access to what they bought for. You may have to leverage on Okada, like you using the agency to send the goods to Bamenda. That is you leveraging on another institution to achieve their distribution goals. You may have to leverage on DHL if you want to go international. You may have to leverage on another courier service to get international. And if some of you look at how maybe you have struggled to make sales, maybe customers, you promote something, a customer is far away, and they don't really get to understand how they are going to get the product if they buy the product from you. So distribution system is one of the most important systems in the whole sales ecosystem. So as executives, never your marketing and sales ecosystem is incomplete without a standard, proven, and executable distribution system. Good. Let's proceed. Any question about distribution system? Okay. People are quiet. Let's continue. Now, marketing and sales is all about three things. Marketing and sales is all about three things. Number one is systems. Number one is systems. You need to design your marketing systems. You need to design your sales systems. You need to design your customer acquisition systems. You need to design your distribution systems. All of these systems must be designed. And these systems are designed in the place of brainstorming, in the place of research, in the place of asking questions, in the place of design. You don't design them in your head. You are practical. You have a pen and a paper. You are writing and perfecting the whole stuff. Number two, marketing and sales is also about consistent action. Consistent action. As I was telling you yesterday, when we launch a new program, a new training program, everybody in the team is charged to know that they have to share the flyer of the program every morning, every afternoon, every evening. I personally frown at a staff or anybody on the team, whether you're a volunteer or a paid staff, if you are not able to be consistent in the action. And that should go for all executives, all of us here. Because a marketing system without consistent actions will never produce results. Because psychology states that a human being, a customer will have to see something several times. That's why MTN and Orange send you the same message about a bonus, about megabyte bonus or calls bonus or SMS bonus several times until you're able to take action. Sometimes you feel bored, but They are respecting the psychology that a human being will have to see something several times before they make the buying decision. The third thing about marketing and sales is agility, being dynamic, being innovative, consistently improving. When you have a sales system and you notice that it's not working, you are always there to improve. You're always there to change. You're always there to make it better. You're always there to track the record, track the results. And if you're not having the results that you expect from this sales system, what do? You improve on the existing sales systems until you start getting the results that you desire. You may notice that, hey, we have been sharing on Facebook consistently, we're not making sales. Maybe you have to print the flyer and go on the streets. Maybe you have to print the flyer and go to schools. Maybe you have to print the flyer and go to Javnyuy groups. You have to print the flyer and go to church groups. You have to do paid ads. You have to go on local radio stations. You have to go on local television stations. You have to do this and do that and do that. You are agile and making sure that if the system in place is not producing results the way you desire, you are agile to improve it. And you should be agile by setting goals. You can say, you know what, I'm going to test this system for 2 days, 3 days. If I don't get the result I'm looking for, I'm going to start improving. I'm going to start tweaking the system until I get the result that I'm looking for. So marketing and sales is about these three things. If you have just systems without consistent actions, you are going to fail. If you have systems and consistent actions without agility, you are going to fail. If you are taking actions without planning a good system, without designing a good system from the place of questioning strategy and brainstorming, you're going to struggle. If you are just being innovative without good actions, without good systems, you're just going to innovatively be a good failure. So you need to combine these three parts, these three moving parts, before you can achieve what you're looking at as far as marketing and sales is concerned. Any questions so far? So in this particular part, before we go to the next slide, we're focused today on, I've clearly explained building a system. Oh, I skipped this. We need to talk about building a system to nurture existing customers. Good. So after you have built a delivery system, you need to build a system to nurture existing customers. These are people who are already buying from you. A good business person must run their business in a way that you are able to increase the number of customers that practice what is called repeat and regular purchase. What do I mean? Customers that will buy from you one time, and the way they enjoy buying from you, what they call in business the buying experience. The buying experience is the treatment, is the kind of special treatment that somebody gets from you when they're buying from you. How you talk to them, how you smile to them, how you present the product, how you talk about how the product is going to help them, how you follow up for distribution, how you follow up to see that they're enjoying what they bought from you. That is what makes a buying experience. And for you to nurture existing customers, you have to give them buying experience, a positive buying experience. And this buying experience should be able to turn them to be people that practice what we call repeat and regular purchase. That means anytime they have that need, they think of you first. That's why a good buying experience positions you as an authority, as a principality in the mind, in the perception of the customers. A good buying experience increases the strength of your brand in the mind of the customers. So that's one of the best ways for you to nurture existing customers. Give them a good buying experience. Anytime that they have that same need, they think of you and they start practicing repeat and regular purchase. Another way that you can give your customers a good buying experience or nurture existing customers is by upselling to them. An example, many of you here, this will be your first time of you attending my training program. One thing is that before the program ends, I'll be marketing some of our upcoming programs to you. That is me upselling to you. Letting you know, hey, there are more things that you can buy from me apart from just the mini MBA program. There are more things that you can buy from our training center apart from the mini MBA program. There are more things that you can buy apart from many MBA programs. You can buy consulting, you can buy one-on-one coaching, you can buy a mentorship package where I mentor you for 1 year, for 2 years, and all of that. All of these things are a way of upselling to you, making sure that I give you more value. I'm trying to position myself as this is somebody you can get more value to. You can upsell to them. That's why businesses like MTN, they are always working so hard to create more bonuses and upsell to you. It's one of the best ways to nurture you as an existing customer and make you to always come back to them. MTN started in Cameroon by doing just voice call. After voice call, they brought SMS. After SMS, they brought internet. After internet, they brought mobile money. After mobile money, they will bring mobile banking. That as years go by, they are creating new services to upsell to existing customers. Apple started with what? Apple 1, Apple 2, Apple 3, Apple 4. Now we're talking about Apple 15 and 16 is already designed and people are testing them right now. Upselling to the people. You see, Joybert is already there. They're already adding betting services, right? Music, entertainment is there and all of that. Partnering with the movie industry, working so hard to upsell, absolutely. So that is how an executive thinks. You're an executive, your job is how do I get more money from customers? When you have them, how can you get more money from them? Okay, then we spoke about this. Marketing and sales all about systems, actions, and agility. Questions? Any questions about the conclusion of marketing and sales systems?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes, please, shoot.
All right. Yesterday you mentioned regarding marketing.
Yes.
And concern this aspect of agility, where you said sometimes it's good to know your targeted audience before you know what marketing strategy will fit best.
Yes.
In order to minimize cost, how do you tell if a particular audience will be, your best fit, will be in the best fit for a particular marketing strategy? Let me take a practical example.
Yes.
I think we are almost running up with the development of a sales app. And yesterday you mentioned about, using either Google ads, Facebook ads, and LinkedIn and stuff like that. So
yes.
How do you really measure, the kind of agility the kind of marketing strategy to employ?
Your first step to measure that is in carrying out a complete idea validation on what you are building. You get a point? Because in idea validation, you are able to identify the target market and their pain points. That is why you cannot build a good marketing system when you have not done idea validation to be sure that the problem exists. To be sure that the problem exists, and most importantly, to be sure that the people in that market actually have the problem that you are thinking of solving. When you are able to answer these two questions, it's very, very easy for you to achieve that. You understand? Because now you're able to have a primary market, and you cannot go to design a marketing strategy for that market, and you go to that market and you find sub-markets in that market, and that's where agility comes in. You start tweaking again and designing better marketing and sales strategies so you can meet the services of that market. Understood?
Yes, understood. Let me try to rephrase it this way. Having done the idea validation, meeting a few people who actually see the need.
Yes.
But sometimes you realize that the people directly are limited.
Yes.
So in order to get into a more massive crowd, if you are to use any of these services like you mentioned yesterday, whether it's a Facebook or the Google ads,
yes.
How do you really know which one is going to be, to be in the best fit.
Yes. Now, because you know your target market and you know where they are. For example, let's assume that, tell me more about the app that you guys are building. Let's be practical.
Okay. The purpose of the app, because you realize that every given point in time, someone is in need of buying something or selling something.
Yes.
So the purpose of the app is to create that platform where buyers within a given radius or circumference can be able to find products that A or B has listed or service.
Okay, hold on there. Now, when you say buyers, that's already wrong pitching, because everybody is a buyer and everybody is a seller. Now, your first goal now at this stage should be to streamline which type of people are you targeting who are buying and selling. Like, for example, you can decide and say, okay, people who have second-handed things to sell, this is the primary market we're targeting. Or you can say, look, we're targeting just buy and sell who sells dresses. So that's why it's good for you to always streamline a target market. No matter how much you think that your product can serve everybody, never fall in that trap of generalizing your market. Even though your app can serve anybody who wants to buy and sell, it is always the best strategy is to streamline it first. You can streamline and target buy and sell and target students or target people who want to sell second-handed things and buy new things. You understand?
Okay.
Yes. Now, when you streamline that, let's say you can streamline that, okay, you know what I target university students who want to sell old things and buy new things, or want to target university students who are graduating and want to sell things and get quick cash so that they can leave the school. For example, this is an example. Now, what happens? You are able to clearly know how to market to them. Where do you market to them? You go to university and share flyers from hostel to hostel, for example. You go to the campus and share flyers. You go on Facebook and Instagram because you know that university students are found on these platforms. Now, here's what happened. What is called the spillover effect, the marketing spillover effect begin to happen. There are people on Facebook that will mistakenly see the platform, even though they are not targeting them, and they will test it. Now, when they test it, that's new data that you start having. Maybe you notice that, hey, you know what? Okada men actually like this platform. What happens now? What do? You now create a new marketing strategy, a new sales strategy, a new whatever model, and start targeting Okada people. After a while, you notice that your platform is giving you data that some civil servants who or workers, both private sector and public sectors, when they have been transferred for them to go work in another city, they use your platform to sell. Now that's a new market for you. That's okay, you know what? Let's create a marketing message and start targeting professionals and civil servants who are transferred to new cities and they don't want to move with all the old things that they have and they would like to sell and have quick cash. I see how it's going.
Yeah, perfect.
When you break it down like that, your execution is better, your targeting is better, you're able to do marketing on a budget, you're able to see tangible results, and you're able to scale faster because you're scaling with data. You are not scaling by guessworking, you're scaling with data that the platform is giving you. And that's the one thing I love about marketing platforms like this. Because when you start your phase one with the primary market, let me tell you, you're going to get secondary, third, fourth to more markets by using the data that the primary market is able to generate from the marketing spillover effect. Yeah, are you clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Good evening.
Good. Evening, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to maybe chip in something for that, my brother.
Yes, go ahead.
There is this thing they call search engine optimization, and for your product, as if it's that versatile, if it's that universal, because what I see is your business model is more like that of eBay. That means you want to build a marketplace not actually you're not actually giving a service or a product. The product in this case is a marketplace. You're trying to build an online marketplace where people can come and trade whatever they have. But in that case, I think you I would propose that you look at it, you tailor your market not by the size or only. You should look beyond those people who can come and trade on your marketplace, but have a specific, or maybe build your whole marketing strategy on a specific idea that will capture as much people who will come in that marketplace. For example, auctioning. If you make that marketplace be reputed as an auction center, then you must have streamlined the amount of people that can come in. You'll be attesting to, a greater population which you actually intend to attest to. So I think that's what I could add to it. Thank you.
Good, definitely. And that's very important, especially for startups. Except that you're a startup that you guys have 10 million francs in your bank account for marketing. You understand? As a startup business, never go big in marketing. Never go big in marketing, because you will use your limited resources and lose and don't market well. Or no matter, because, and I'm saying this because I have been in the startup stage and I've coached many startups. They are always tempted to feel as if their product can satisfy 1 million people at a globe. There is no startup that does that. You need to start targeting. I prefer you start targeting in hundreds, in thousands, in tens of thousands. You scale gradually, and that is the scaling that will last. As I always advise startup people, build deep before you build wide. Okay, now let's proceed if there's no other question and look at quickly the 8 obstacles of marketing and sales in Cameroon. 8 obstacles of marketing, and of course, these obstacles speak across many other African countries that you can look at, especially I'm saying this for executives that will be that looking at the African continent as their target market. Good, so let's quickly look at this. So the 8 obstacles. Obstacle number 1, there's no need. Yes, many people, many business people are good at designing a solution when they have not really identified to be sure that there is a need. There is a need. There is a problem in that target market. Many people are always excited at their innovation. They sit in their house and they assume about something. That is why it is a dangerous thing for you to start designing your marketing and sales systems without going through the idea validation course. You're going to struggle. So when there is no need, when there is no certainty that there is a need, that is the first obstacle as far as marketing and sales is concerned. Number 2 is there is no money. There's no money. What do I mean? You did not carry out proper research to be sure that your target market, they have the money to pay for the value that you're creating. You did not carry out research to understand what is the income level of my target market, and will they be able to spare part of their income to pay for this value? Is this value, is this my product a nice to have product or a must have product? Because no money means that, you know what, we like your product, but it's not primary, it's not priority right now. That's no money for you as a businessman. No money totally means that, hey, you know what, we like your product, but it's beyond our budget and we are not going to buy. No money also means that you are totally selling to people who don't even have the living standard to actually buy that product. That will be an obstacle for your marketing and sales. You will market until, you will pour money into marketing until, but nobody's buying. You start feeling as if village people are after your business. Meanwhile, the target market don't have the money to actually pay for it. Number 3 obstacle is no hurry. What does that mean? It means that you have not structured your marketing and sales in a way that can influence people to be in a hurry to actually consume your product. You don't create scarcity. A good marketer creates scarcity for whatever they're selling. Create a message that will prompt people to know, hey, look, this product is hot cake. If you don't pay today, you don't buy now, you will not get it tomorrow. It's a standard marketing philosophy that it will continue working for the next 80 to 100 years. Let people create your marketing message, let it have some level of scarcity and urgency. Let it prompt people to always. I love what buy and sell do. Like when you go to buy and sell to buy something, let's say you want to buy a carpet. I think one time I wanted to buy a carpet for the, no, not carpet for the office. There was something I wanted to buy for the office. And I love the way this guy sold to me. I love it. I forgot what I wanted to buy. And I noticed that, so I already compared the prices. So I went to this second guy and his price was higher than the first guy. And I told him that, hey, look, you know what? The product is nice, but I don't have the money here right now. That was me trying to give him a holy lie. And the guy was like, okay, whatever you have, just advance. Give me something normal. Just hold a man. No, so you don't keep the one. You understand? That was him creating a sense of urgency. He was like, oh, even at 2,000, even at 5,000, you give me something, man, hold up. Man, no, say no. As a day, so you don't keep them. You come finish and take them. I love that. Although I didn't take it, but he was reminding me of a marketing philosophy or a marketing practice that is so powerful, or a sales practice that is so powerful. You understand? So always be the one, create whatever you're selling. Let your marketing message, let your marketing material carry a sense of urgency. When you don't carry a sense of urgency, it will be an obstacle for you. People will not see it as an emergency need to buy. Number 4 is no desire. There is something in business called desirability. Desirability. What is the level of your product desirability? How much desire do your target market have for what you're selling? What is the level of desire? When the desire is not high, it will be an obstacle. And you can create the desire. You can create the desire with how you market. You can create the desire with how you present. You can create the desire with how you approach the target market. You can create the desire with the urgency. You can create the desire by positioning the value as the best value in the market at that time. But when you don't create the desire, when there is no customer high desire for what you're selling, it will be an obstacle for you, the executive or the entrepreneur. Number 5 obstacle is they don't trust you. They don't trust you. Remember, yesterday we said that it's a 4-step process. Number 1, they need to know you first. They need to like you. They need to trust you before they give you money. Without trust, money will never enter your hands. When they don't trust you that you're competent at solving their problem, it will be an obstacle. When they don't trust you that you are credible enough, it will be an obstacle. When they don't trust you that you are an expert, you are an authority in your field, they will not give you money. That will be an obstacle for you. So whatever you do from today in marketing and sales, always remember that it is your responsibility to build a certain level of trust. In business, trust is currency. Trust is a currency. You give out trust and they give you money. When you're not able to give out trust, they won't give you money. There's no exchange. That's why it's an obstacle in marketing and sales. Number 6 obstacle, no creation of buying experience. I spoke earlier about buying experience. When you don't create a good buying experience for your customers will be an obstacle. Buying experience is the state, is the style at which you sell to your customer. Your smile, the way you explain your product, the way you present your product, the way you position your product, the way you distribute your product, your payment experience, all of these things makes up the buying experience. That's why you will struggle in business if you have bad customer officers, bad customer service agents. It's going to be an obstacle for you. It's going to be an obstacle for you. So make sure you're creating a good buying experience. The wrong buying experience or poor buying experience or a bad buying experience will be a major obstacle for your marketing and sales system as a business. Number 7, no strategy. That's the first slide we spoke about. When there are no systems, you don't have a lead generation system, you don't have a customer acquisition system, you don't have a sales system, you don't have a distribution system, you don't have a flyer distribution system, you don't have a customer approach system, you don't have a customer inquiry system, you don't design these systems to be ready to execute. When a situation arises, it's going to be an obstacle. No strategy is a huge obstacle in marketing and sales in Cameroon. Always make sure you are armed with a good strategy and ready for implementation. Number 8, no ruthless execution. In concluding the previous slide, I said it involves 3 things for you to succeed in marketing and sales. I said number 1 is systems. Number 2 is consistent action, which you can also call ruthless execution. And number 3 is agility. You need to be a no-nonsense executive when it comes to execution. Execution is from a place of discipline. Whether you feel like it, there was a time I was talking to my team, I was telling them, whether you feel like marketing or not, whether you feel like posting or not, you have to post it. Execution goes beyond emotions. Execution goes beyond how you feel. It goes beyond your motivation. It's about discipline and respecting the system in place and getting the job done. That is what I mean by ruthless execution. You don't talk about your business when you feel like talking about it. No. Whether you are in the mode of talking about it or not, whether you're in mood swings or not, that is your problem. Business expects you to execute. As simple as that. When you don't practice consistent action, when you don't practice ruthless execution, that will be a major obstacle in your marketing and sales systems. And the business will struggle. When sales struggle, the business struggle because the business is not profitable. Marketing and sales make up the backbone of every profitable business. So from today, always be on the path of ruthless execution. In conclusion, so what do you need to develop as far as all of these steps are concerned? In all of these obstacles, what do you need to start correcting? What do you need to start getting to work and producing the result that you have? If you look at many businesses, you look at many institutions, why they struggle to do marketing and sales, you will see that either they are not doing 4 of those things or 3 or many, some are not even doing almost 7 of those things, but they want to make money, they want to succeed in business. It doesn't work like that as far as business is concerned. Questions about 8 obstacles of marketing and sales in Cameroon?
I have one point I wanted to pass through you for you to maybe see if it's correct. I think I have it in my head, but I would like to expose to you and the class, so maybe I can. Yeah, you know, most business in Cameroon, they have just a shot to make it right. That means they don't have that an enabling environment like in the US where you start the company and then let's say you fail the first time, you do evaluation of that which of your current position, and you can still sell that valuation to someone and then get money and then implement that strategy which you were on to you make it to, or to you stand up. So that lack and the fact that we in Cameroon, we just have just a shot at what we want to do. That means you get that one person that believes in you, he gives you money,
Yes.
you go out there, you have good ideas, you try to put it, but that money at the point is not enough. And then you are stopped and then you die.
Yes.
So my take is that not a hindrance? That means no capital, or the culture of unbelief.
Good.
Is
now,
that not
look,
yeah?
It is very true that it can be a challenge, but I believe that when anybody is facing that kind of challenge, I believe it's an issue of skill, because the truth is that I'm one of those who believe that you don't need external money to start a business. You need, because no sane human being will actually invest in an idea. And people should not read what they write on the internet about American business and believe in it. Those guys always have savings and many things that they have put aside before they build their businesses. When an American tells you that, started a business with no money, what I say is that no external human being invested money in them, right? So the first step in business was to make sure you are able to start something with a track record. And when you start something with a track record and you are able to structure it right and influence your pitching experience, you can always raise money. The truth is that there are many businesses and people that have money to invest in ideas. So the challenge is actually the entrepreneurs. The challenge is not the question whether it's money available. Money is available. There are angel investors within the country, outside the country, that are always looking for good ideas, that have good track record and good portfolio to put money in. So the challenge is the entrepreneurs. The challenge is the people. And I've also seen people that go to investors without doing proper calculations and go ask for less money and come back and struggle. And that's why one of the most important questions that an investor will ask you will be, where will you invest this money and how will this money make your business better? And when you have the wrong calculation, you don't know how much you want to invest in marketing, you want to invest in production, you want to invest in equipment acquisition, you want to invest in staffing, you get confused in how you position your business.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, please.
Okay, let me just say what I have in my mind first.
Yes.
Before bringing out my question.
Yes.
It's about no trust. Before, I always feel like, before somebody trusts you, like maybe you can be running an e-commerce platform, for instance, and customers have the perspective. Most of the times when they buy things,
yes,
it's not of the same quality. Maybe the size can be smaller, and it has made them to have a feeling that makes them not want to buy online. So now when it comes to trust, I always understand that if you start up a business, before somebody trusts you, you must like try to sell to the person first, and the person see the quality to believe in you. Now, can somebody trust without, when the person has not yet bought from you?
Okay. Now, the truth is that the e-commerce sector in Cameroon, is in a stage of, or is in a country whereby e-commerce is not a tradition. Buying online is not a tradition. And of course, in a continent whereby people are not truthful, the few people that went into the industry spoiled it with lies. Now, and that is why one of the most important things to achieve when you're building an e-commerce platform is to ensure that if you are in a place where people can find you, that's why it's good to have a location. People know that, okay, you know what, if I buy this product and it's not what I want, I know where to find you and refund it and get my money. Number two, distribution channel. And number three, payment methods. That's why you look at there are e-commerce platforms in Douala that are doing a lot of sales. Meanwhile, they focus mostly on, there's a platform where they expose their products, and when you see what you want, you order it. They have a distribution model where they can show you what you ordered. If it's what you like, you pay on the spot, or you pay through mobile money, or you go through the platform. Like, I bought something and they brought it to the office. I saw it what I wanted. I went back to their website and I paid it there. You get the point? Yes, there is that issue of trust, but the truth is that people still want to try it. People still want to look at it. Why? Because people are getting more busy. People don't want to be stuck in traffic. There are many things that people are looking at avoiding from going through and would like to buy online. So yes, people will still try to consistently buy when they don't know you, but they would like to still trust you. But that trust will come with how do they call it? With boundaries. Some people are like, hey, you know what? I want to buy from your platform, but I'm not paying you until I see the product. That's the boundary that they are setting. You get a point? So there will still be a moment people are still going to try to buy. And that's why it's good that when you're in e-commerce, how you communicate and how you build your site, the technology powering your site is the first basis that customers will use and rate you. If they can give you some small level of trust based on how the platform looks like. And if they can open your platform and they go look at, oh, where are they located? And if they're able to see a physical address with a clear description, they start losing trust there. That, oh, that's scammer. They don't get office. They don't know where people can find them. You understand? Good. Any other question?
Thank you, sir.
Okay, good. Let's proceed to a part of marketing which is very important, which is public relations.